Hello, my name is Ken. Welcome to my GeoGuessr channel. If you've been following the channel, you probably know that we're at the kind of the very beginning of a Fundamentals of GeoGuessr Duels series. Today I wanted to kind of take a step to the side and do like an appendix to the series, specifically on Latin America. I haven't released any of the videos yet, but I will be releasing videos where we start to look at some of the South American countries and we kind of group it all in with Latin America because of this learnable map that I give you. And instead of like starting each episode and drilling into the countries, I didn't do that. I said let's look at them as we go. But I wanted to kind of really take another look at this map. I will tell you in the future to go and play this map as your homework. And I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to just kind of go through it and play it for maybe a half hour or so, and just give you an idea of some of the things we're looking for as kind of a prep for the videos that are coming up. Um, so the first thing we want to do is go to the Learnable Meta website and bring up the map. Let me just show you how I find it. On the maps link on Learnable Meta, you can click South America, and a Learnable Latin America beginner should be either the first or second one that pops up. Um, and oh, that I clicked on the map. What you want to do is click on the meta list, and that will give you a list of everything in this map. Or all of the clues, and then it will also show you how many locations are for each clue. If we click into these, we can see what they look like, and so it's a good idea to just quickly run through these and get a general idea of what types of things you're looking for, and click through each one. And then once you have an idea, go ahead and play the game. Um, all of the maps, all of the learnable meta maps are designed for no move, so you don't have to run around looking for these clues. They are specifically curated so that you can just go in and play the map, and maybe you might have to spin a little bit, but you should be able to find the clue from where you're standing. And then if you have a time here, just pull it all over to the left. You probably won't need more than 3 minutes, but or even a minute to find the clues, and go ahead and play. I do so in the next episode, when I actually show you this, I do show you how to install the script that we're using. So if you're watching this on the day I release, which is doubtful, just wait 3 more days, and hopefully the next video will be up and you will see how to install the script if you can't figure it out. Um, all right, so the first thing we're looking for is this cross on the back of signs, and in the last episode that I just recorded, we actually see this in our game. This is the Colombian cross, very common in Colombia. So if you're in the um, a tropical area and it's pretty dense tropical forest, and you see this cross on the back of the sign, you can be pretty sure that you're in Colombia. So good start there. Hopefully I know all of these. We'll see. Here we have a pole which is black, white, and black, and so black and white stripes. If you are in South America, this will be Peru. But if you are unsure, unfortunately, some of the other locations look very similar. I think you will see this in India sometimes, and Thailand, I believe. So, but if you're in South America, a good indication again are the yellow lines in the middle and the white on the outside. Let's guess Peru, and not a lot of coverage out there. Interesting find for the map maker there. Okay, so we talked about the yellow middle lines, but what if you have yellow and white? So there are two countries that I think that could possibly be. We may actually be looking for another clue here. So Argentina and Uruguay. Let's look at the poll as well. So it's hard to say. So I'm looking at the top of the poll. I'm looking for like a hook on the top of the poll. That may not be what we're looking for here. We may be looking for the back of this car, which is black. Um, and anything else about this. So I think I think black is usually found in Argentina. And along with the yellow and white lines, we let's give Argentina a guess. And it was Uruguay. Um, the triple road lines are in Uruguay, so um, that is one I kind of forgot. But I did at least know it was one of those two countries, so not a terrible guess. Um, Notice I'm not worrying about a specific region here. I think I'm actually positive there are some regional clues, but the as a new player, the more important thing is that you figure out which country you're in rather than which specific area of the country. So um, the the premise that I've been going with on at least the fundamentals series is when you're a new player, you don't have to worry about getting like that specific pinpointed location. Um, just having the general area is often good enough. So here we go. We have that black and white poll again. So Peru, just do a quick guess there. So as you learn these, you just want to kind of go through them pretty quickly and figure them out. I'm not quite sure what we're looking for here. This looks maybe like a Chilean pole, which looks similar. Oh, here we go. So this pole has an indent here, and that is very common in Chile. So the pole you can just barely make out. If I were on moving, we could go look at it. It looks very similar to the Brazilian pole, but it won't have the three sections that the Brazil pole has. So um, I'm positive we will see those Brazil poles. So in the game that we actually saw Chile, we maybe even saw this exact sign, and I missed that divot in the pole. So um, uh, yeah, sometimes we'll miss it. I think I ran around for a few minutes looking for any clue, and right at the very start we had that divot in the pole. So um, yeah, this really it just trains your brain on how to look for different things. So here we have that triple road line that we saw in Uruguay. The other thing about Uruguay is they have a lot of really overcast coverage. This is kind of a sunny day for typical Uruguay. We also have this um, big white pole. So few clues for getting Uruguay. We'll see which one they're trying to highlight. And they didn't do any of them. So this is the hook that I was trying to explain in the previous example, where I was trying to differentiate, and it's very difficult to see here. Gosh, I don't know that this one is a great example. So what we'll do is, can we click on that? Well, we can go back to our meta list and look up Uruguay, and was it the trident pole? Oh, okay, the trident pole. So something completely different than I was even thinking of. So let's take a look at their example. So you can click on this and look, and so it's a trident, and then this is the hook that I was looking for. So that's very common in Uruguay. This one actually even has a bird nest, so that's a regional thing in both Brazil and Uruguay. Those I don't recall the type of bird it is, but they have these little domes on the poles, and you'll see that all throughout this region in South America. So cool find. All right, pretty desolate in terms of the mountain here, and So immediately we're thinking like this area. So like Peru, Chile, Bolivia, Argentina, especially with this architecture. Let's see if we can figure out which clue they're looking for. I think they're looking for this power box here. So it looks almost like a mailbox. Um, I have never noticed them in my games, but Zigzag says that they're pretty helpful for him. He has a episode on GeoGuessr Explained where he talks about specifically Peru, and he thought that was a really helpful clue for him. So we'll guess Peru here, and that was the clue that they were looking for. And it was like if you were anywhere in this region, obviously that would have even been better than my just generic Peru hedge. So here we go, Brazil poll. So we have these three sections, 1, 2, 3. They've kind of been hollowed out, but they're not all the way through. So very typical Brazil poll. You'll see similar polls in Portugal, which is unfortunate because both countries speak Portuguese. And so if you're in a toss up, the polls aren't going to help you there with the language. So hopefully you'll have some bright red dirt like this to get you to the right country, or even the sun being in the north. So yeah, that I either the red dirt or the polar is going to be what we're looking for Brazil, and it was the pole. So um, I don't know if we've mentioned it. So this Learnable Meta pop up is the script that I was trying to explain earlier that we're installing on the Learnable Meta website. So it just runs on top of the maps that are specifically designed for Learnable Meta on GeoGuessr. And it does not do anything on duels, so you don't have to worry about using a script when you're not supposed to be and being called out for cheating. So that's not a big deal there. Okay, let's see what we have here. Sun, kind of borderline for where it is. What are we looking for? A bunch of palm trees. Aha. So this pole, look at how weird that pole looks. So it is not a trick of the camera or anything. That is, if you were standing there, that is how that pole looks. So in Bolivia, they have these weird. They don't always find the straightest poles. They use what they have, and that sometimes is how the poles look. Every time I see it, I think, oh, no, that's just like the camera is distorted or something. Nope, that is not the case. We are in Bolivia, and that is, here's their example. Theirs looks crazy too. So, crazy Bolivian poles. We've seen this black and white for Peru. So again, as you see them, just quickly click through them and get to some more stuff. So, okay, we have white car, palm trees, maybe these fences. I'm having a difficult time figuring out what they want us to look at here. These poles look unique, but they don't jog my memory for anything. Hmm. I don't have a great guess. Maybe the white car. That might be Uruguay as well. So let's give it a shot. And if you're wrong, that's fine. Oh, it was the pole again. So let's look. I didn't notice a wavy pole. Maybe, okay, there it is. So wavy poles. Bolivia doesn't have a ton of coverage. And actually, they even make it look with this map like they have more coverage than they actually do. So it just doesn't show up that often. I don't know. That might be their only clue for Bolivia, unfortunately, because it can be tricky to find. So here I see this license plate that has a white dot. That is an artifact of the blur in the game of the license plates in Argentina. So the license plates are black with white letters sometimes, and they have that dot. So we'll put it in Argentina, and here's the example that makes that blur look like a white dot. So um, okay, I think we're probably looking at Argentina again. So we do have yellow lines, but pretty desolate and landscape. Looks cooler, maybe. I don't. Oh, and then okay, here we go. This double pole is very common in Argentina. You'll see similar ones in Peru, but in Peru, all both of the things that go out to the sides will be on the same side. So that is one way to distinguish there, and that is correct. So the landscape is kind of unique as well. So just this kind of desolate, almost desert-like, but colder landscape um, can be seen in the southern parts of Argentina. So I just want to close some of my tabs so that we're not taking up too many resources here. Okay. We have maybe some red dirt, reddish dirt. What else? Palm trees. We have some mountains here. Anything jumping out at me? Not really. The black car? Oh, hey, look at this. So we have some bars on it, and I think this is a unique car for. This never shows up in the game. I don't know why. Maybe every once in a while. Curacao. So they have a unique car, and you really have to play a lot of GeoGuessr to know that. So not a big deal if you're not able to remember that one. It just doesn't show up that often. Um, so these cobblestone-ish streets, and our sun is right on the border. Is this? I think that might be an indication of Mexico. There are a few different unique type streets that you'll find in Mexico. I'm not 100% sure that this is what they're looking for, but let's find out. Oh, it was the power. So let's take a look since we weren't able to identify what they were looking at. So I don't notice these because um, in the US, we often have the circular power meters. So um, they don't stand out to me as being unique for Mexico. And I, but if you're in Latin America, maybe that is a good clue. So square poles. We do have another unique car. This one is interesting because you can kind of see these. Usually, it looks more like a screw, like a long screw where you can move back and forth. Um, and this is unique to the Dominican Republic. So Dominican shows up every once in a while in the game, and is that is the clue that will help you get there. So I guess from a distance, it does kind of look like a long screw that, but if you zoom in, it's just kind of the rubber. And okay, very desert-ish. We have these bollards here, and I think that's what they're going to be looking for. But desert and sun will probably be in the south. Yeah, that's the sun. Um, Puts us in Mexico. So Mexico, good guess there. Oh, it was showing us something else. It was showing us the arrows, which I actually point out in our video in the games. So If we don't see that again, don't worry, you will see that in a future video. All yellow lines. This is unique to a country that is really defined by its mountains. So Chile, down here, and we're just right on the border. But yeah, so Chile can often have all yellow and all white. So as far as the Americas go, Chile and Argentina can sometimes have all white lines, even Uruguay, I think. But pretty much all of the other ones will have yellow in the middle. So, and this is another all yellow one. So we'll quickly guess Chile. Keep going. What do we have here? We have kind of these brick buildings. Let's take a look at the poles to see if they're wavy. It's hard to say. These are concrete. Sun is right on the border. And I'm not quite sure what we're looking for here. A dog? Nice doggy. And gosh, I don't know. Oh, maybe the power. Okay. So we see the power boxes. Again, I I think those are a little tricky to spot, but that was, so they look kind of like mail slots. That is in Peru. And play again. Nice highway. I often associate nice highways with Ecuador, without any other clues here. But this license plate looks more like you would find in Brazil, and I think that's where we're going to be here. So this is a unique tree to a specific area of Brazil. So it's called a Parana pine, or Parana. So it's in this area, but let's just take a quick look at the Brazil license plate again. So it is a little bit longer, but it has the blue on the top. It's not quite as long as you see in Europe, but that can be confusing. And yeah, so that is going to be here with that pine tree. And good guess there. So again, desert type area with this bollard. That'll put us in Mexico. So quickly go through that. And should at least look to see. So this one, I can clearly see the hook that I'm talking about for Uruguay. And those can be tricky to spot if you're not looking for them. And black car as well. I guess that is a trident pole. I don't know if that is such a great clue, but that hook works. So middle of Uruguay. Yeah, I don't know why they're pointing out the trident, but the hook I like. Yellow lines, Chile. Here we go. The arrow in Mexico. So it kind of looks like they just had a paintbrush and they were like, zoom, 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 rather than being finesse about getting these like points nice and like to a point. They just do a flat, big arrow. So that is Mexico. And then we'll just do a quick look at through the countries to see. Let's see the breakdown. Make sure we have at least covered most of them. So we've definitely seen Mexico. We haven't seen Guatemala yet, which is surprising. Dominican we saw. There, I don't think Costa Rica or Panama are on this map. We have seen some Colombia. We haven't seen Ecuador yet, even though I talked about it briefly. Peru, we've seen Bolivia, we've seen Chile for sure. Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. There is no Paraguay. Let me bring up my So I wanted to show you Paraguay because it is not covered. So in Paraguay, we have the Brazil poles. They're often painted, but the big clue is there's either this black or gray truck for the coverage in most of Paraguay. There are some examples that where it doesn't exist, but that those are your two big clues. So the painted Brazil poles, uh, black or gray truck, and then also they do speak Spanish in Paraguay. So if you're able to distinguish those languages, um, that is what we can see there. We'll play one or two more rounds, and if we don't see Ecuador, we'll take a quick look at that too. So here we have around electric counter. We also have these black tanks for Mexico. And I think that should be good enough. So it'll be one of those two clues. So it was the round electric counter. Okay. What is jumping out? Oh, here we go. So Argentina has these signs, these route signs that's black on the top, white on the bottom. It has the route number on the top and then the kilometers on the bottom. So that is Argentina. There we go. This is a single yellow line with some white dashes. This is common in both Argentina and Uruguay. It is overcast, so I'm leaning towards Uruguay. And then I guess these trident poles, we may have even seen this round before, previously. So, oh, it was the signposts. So I did show you this earlier. So in Uruguay, they have these thick white wooden signposts. So that is that. All right, we have a black dot on the license plate. So we saw the black dot before, and that is Argentina. Nothing else jumped out at me there, and that was the clue. I have a feeling this is going to be, are those power boxes for Peru? I think so, yep. So the power boxes in Peru. So like that's one clue where like I didn't really know it very well at the very beginning, but as I play through the map, I get better at looking for those types of clues in those different environments. So that's really like the one of the big benefits of playing through these learnable maps is like it just gives you practice on the things that you need to look for. So here's a water tank in Brazil. I in a when I was talking about Mexico, I was trying to talk about water tanks, and I accidentally said that you can find these blue ones in Mexico because I was talking about Mexico, but I meant Brazil. So if you see these blue tanks, they're in Brazil. They sometimes usually they're brighter blue, and they almost look like the little kid pools that you buy sometimes for your toddlers. And that should mean you're in Brazil. So here's another example. Usually they're even brighter than that. So yellow lines again, Chile. We have snow here. It looks like all yellow lines again. And the Chilean pole. So they don't have the three sections like they do in Brazil. So Chile, probably be even further south. Chile's a great country to learn to region guess because it starts very sandy desert mountains up here, and then they get rocky and more like dry, and they slowly get like colder and colder until you come across these fantastic mountains like we just saw. All right, we have special bars. So It kind of has these slashes here that kind of look like a corkscrew. That was the Dominican Republic. Next, we have what are we looking for here? Oh, the power thing, electric counter, Mexico, boom. And there's still a few countries that we haven't seen. So let's take a quick look on my learnable map at, for sure, Ecuador. So Ecuador, we have these double guardrails, very common throughout the country. Anything else on here? I don't see anything obvious there. You can often see this white truck. You also see this in Costa Rica. So toss up there if you see the white truck. I think in our gameplay that you will see in a few episodes, there was a Costa Rica with the white truck. What else about here? I'm not sure. Nothing that I immediately recognize. And then maybe oh, okay, the bollard. So this is like it's a metal pole and it has white and red tape around it, maybe. So that's very common in Ecuador. That's the one that I see most often. There are some other bollards as well. So do I have I do have Plonket up here. So let's go to Ecuador so we can see some of those. The short plates, the white truck, these are the other bollards. So that's how they look there. They have the ladder poles they're similar to what you will see in France. We'll go over France in the very near future. And double guardrails and yeah, those are the ones that usually help me get Ecuador. So that is that one. And I don't have anything for Guatemala, but I'm just going to click because we're going to be able to see it. So in Guatemala, we have a unique car. So we have the car bars, and then you can see the rounded mirrors here. So if you are in Latin America and you see this car, so it doesn't have the slashes like we saw in the Dominican Republic on the car bar, but it does have the mirrors. That is going to be Guatemala. So that's a really easy one to learn. And yeah, I think so. As your homework, definitely, I didn't mean to hit play again, but go out and play this map, learn the metas, and then even go out and just play like the South America map and see how you do. So I think with that, we'll call that a day, and we'll see you in the next episodes where we'll be back to our normal fundamentals of GeoGuessr Duels, where we're actually playing games against some opponents. So if you learned something, please give me a like. If you want to continue learning, give me a subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.